wondering if they didn't come. 6:30, 6:30 to 7, I think they do the Krishna book reading. It's Krishna book reading, right? Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Manor. It's a very, very fortunate because this is a beautiful time of the year, the month of Kartik. This is the month of Radharani, very dear to Krishna, and this is also month of Damodar, and where you can see the baby Krishna with the mother Yashoda. So we will be anything that you do in this month is very, very auspicious. So Mataji is going to be reading from Krishna book. We all know about Facebook, but this book is very important. This is the faith book called Krishna book. And this is what helps us to develop love for Krishna by reading the different leelas of Krishna, right? So Mataji is going to be reading from Krishna book. Mataji, yesterday was 13. I was covering 13 yesterday. I read 13 yesterday. I did till half of, I don't know, yeah, you can repeat it anyways. I did till,
Oh no, I'm doing 14 today.
okay.
Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah, I think I'll just sit here because everyone is sitting. Can I have a question? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So usually, Prabhu, can you put it up? Can you put it up? They put it the volume on. Hare Krishna, everyone. So usually, before we start reading Krishna book, we'll sing a little song. You can try to follow if you know. If not, you can just, whenever we say Krishna, you can follow. That everyone knows. Krishna, 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 hey. 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 Krishna, 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 Pahimam. Krishna, 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 Rakshamam. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshamam. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahimam. Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna, 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 hey. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh. Are you okay to scroll it? Are you okay to scroll it? Thank you. Okay, so today we're reading from Krishna book, chapter 14, Prayers offered by Lord Brahma to Lord Krishna. Yes, you can see there. Before we start, I just wanted to say that this chapter is the continuation of the previous chapter, which was entitled The Stealing of the Boys and Calves by Brahma. So what happened in the previous chapter was that Lord Brahma, does everyone know who is Lord Brahma? Lord Brahma is who? He is creator. He is the secondary creator. Krishna is the first creator, but Brahma is executing the order of Lord Krishna, and he creates this material world. So Lord Brahma, he was told that this little boy Krishna, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. But Lord Brahma still, he couldn't exactly believe it, and he wanted to see some amazing activities that Krishna can perform. And in order to experience that, he decided to steal the little calves, which the cowherd boys were taking care of, and he also stole the cowherd boys. And because he knew that they were very dear to Lord Krishna, and he wanted to see what is Krishna going to do when I steal his close friends and also the calves that they were taking care of. So after he did it, what did Krishna do? Krishna actually he expanded himself and into calves and cowherd boys. So in this way, actually the mothers of these boys, they became even more in love with their boys. They were more in love than ever in their boys. And also the cows, they were so much in love in their calves, because those calves and the cowherd boys were actually Krishna. And when Lord Brahma saw all that, he was just completely bewildered. He was so bewildered that the only thing that was left for him is to fall at the feet of Krishna and to offer him prayers. So that's why this chapter 14, is prayers offered by Lord Brahma to Lord Krishna. It's a long chapter, so we won't go through all of it, but we will just read a little bit and discuss. It's a very beautiful chapter, beautiful prayers. Okay, so Brahma said, "My dear Lord, you are the only worshipable Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead. Therefore, I am offering my humble obeisances and prayers just to please you. Your bodily features are the color of clouds filled with water. You are glittering with a silver electric aura emanating from your yellow garments." It's beautiful, beautiful descriptions. That the color of Krishna's body, is the color of clouds filled with water. Let me offer my respectful repeated obeisances unto the son of Maharaj Nanda, who is standing before me with conch shell, carrying earrings and a peacock feather on his head. His face is beautiful. He is wearing a helmet and is garlanded by forest flowers, and he stands with a morsel of food in his hand. He is decorated with a cane, a buffalo horn, bugle, and a flute. He stands before me with small lotus feet. So, in a way, there is no wonder that Lord Brahma was bewildered, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is standing there, a little boy with a morsel of food that he was just, it's a mixture of different things, milk, fruit, and he was just having lunch with his friends. And at the same time, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's holding like a little lump of food, but also he's holding the entire universe, everything, all the planetary systems, all the three worlds. My dear Lord, people may say that I am the master of all Vedic knowledge, and I am supposed to be the creator of this universe, but it has been proved that I cannot understand you, who are present before me just like a child. You are playing with your boyfriends and calves, which might imply that you do not even have sufficient education. You are appearing just like a village boy, carrying your food in your hand and searching for your calves. And yet there is so much difference between your body and mine that I cannot estimate the potency of your body. As I have already stated in the Brahma Samhita, your body is not material. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the body of the Lord is all spiritual. There is no difference between the Lord's body and his self. Each limb of his body can perform the actions of all the others. The Lord can see with his hands, he can hear with his eyes, he can accept offerings with his legs, and he can create with his mouth. This is inconceivable potency of Krishna. He can do anything he likes with any part of his body that he chooses. Brahma continued, your appearance as a cowherd child is for the benefit of the devotees, and although I have committed an offense at the lotus feet by stealing away your boys and cows, I can understand that you have bestowed your mercy upon me. This shows your transcendental quality of being very affectionate toward your devotees. But in spite of your great affection for me, I cannot estimate the potency of your bodily activities. It is to be understood that when I, Lord Brahma, the Supreme Personality of this universe, cannot estimate the childlike body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then what to speak of others? And if I cannot estimate the spiritual potency of your childlike body, then what can I understand about your transcendental pastimes? Therefore, as it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, anyone who can understand a little of transcendental pastimes, appearance and disappearance of the Lord, becomes immediately eligible to enter into the kingdom of God after quitting the material body. This statement is confirmed in the Vedas, where it is stated, simply by understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can overcome the chain of repeated birth and death. I therefore recommend that people should not try to understand you by their speculative knowledge. So even Lord Brahma, who is the supreme so he is the supreme, the first living being in this planet, and he is the one who received the knowledge in his heart from Krishna, all the Vedic knowledge that we got. Even he cannot understand Krishna. So what to speak of us who are so tiny? But here it is said that even if we understand a little bit, that's very important. Anyone who can understand a little of the transcendental pastimes, appearance and disappearance of the Lord, becomes immediately eligible to understand into the kingdom of God after quitting the material body. So we should never think that, oh, I can never understand this all, so what's the point? Even if we understand little, that's already a huge step towards Krishna. The best process for understanding you is to submissively give up the speculative process and try to hear about you, either from yourself, as you have given statements in the Bhagavad Gita and many similar Vedic literatures, or from a realized devotee who has taken shelter at your lotus feet. One has to hear from a devotee without speculation. One does not even need to change his worldly position. He simply has to hear your message. So, here, Lord Brahma is saying how we can get this knowledge, because we were told that we need to get knowledge, and even a little bit will help us. But where do we get it from? Do we just make it up? No, here, Lord Brahma is saying that we need to get this knowledge either from Krishna himself, that means from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna speaks himself in Bhagavad Gita, or we can get it from other Vedic literatures. And in that way, we will understand the knowledge as it is. And we don't even have to change our position in life. We can just carry on whatever we are doing, but we just need to expose ourselves to hearing about Krishna. Although you are not understandable by the material senses, simply by hearing about you, one can gradually conquer the nescience of misunderstanding. By your own grace only, you become revealed to a devotee. You are unconquerable by any other means. Speculative knowledge without any trace of devotional service is simply a useless waste of time in the search for you. Devotional service is so important that even a little attempt can raise one to the highest perfectional platform. One should not therefore neglect this auspicious process of devotional service and take to the speculative method. By the speculative method, one may gain partial knowledge of your cosmic manifestation, but it is not possible to understand you, the origin of everything. The attempt of persons who are interested only in speculative knowledge is simply wasted labor, like the labor of a person who attempts to gain something by beating an empty husk of rice paddy. A little quantity of paddy can be husked by the grinding wheel, and one can gain some grains of rice, but if the skin of the paddy has already been beaten by the grinding wheel, there is no further gain in beating even a huge quantity of the husk. It is simply useless labor. So we can spend so much time trying to understand God in making up different ideas, but there is a really fast and easy way to study the Vedas, to study Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna book. And by this, we are actually performing devotional service. And Krishna says, Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvataha. So one can understand me as I am only by devotional service. My dear Lord, there are many instances in the history of human society where a person, after failing to achieve the transcendental platform, engaged himself in devotional service with his body, mind, and words, and thus attained the highest perfectional state of entering into your abode. The processes of understanding you by speculation or mystic meditation are all useless without devotional service. One should therefore engage himself in your devotional service, even in his worldly activities, and one should always keep himself near you by the process of hearing and chanting your transcendental glories. Simply by being attached to hearing and chanting your glories, one can attain the highest perfectional stage of entering into your kingdom. If a person therefore always keeps in touch with you by hearing and chanting your glories and offers the results of his work for your satisfaction only, he very easily and happily attains entrance into your supreme abode. So this is a very simple method given to us, how we can always be in touch with Krishna. And why would we need to be in touch with Krishna? What do you think? Why is it important to keep in touch with Krishna? Is it important? Yes? Oh, nice. Why? Yes. Yes, he's always with us, right? But we don't always feel it. But if we really want to feel it, he's the person who loves us most. And we all want to be loved and we want to feel loved. But sometimes if we love someone very much and they love us, but we are apart, separate, maybe they were in a different country, then we don't feel the same love, right? The love is there, but the intensity, the experience, the satisfaction is not there. So it's like that with Krishna. He loves us very much, and deep down we also love him very much, but at the moment we are separated. And here we are given the instruction how we can be always with him, feel him always close to us, because he is, like you said, but we don't always feel him. So how can we always be in touch with him? So it is said by constant hearing about Krishna, about his pastimes, discussing with others, hearing and chanting and reading and chanting, especially chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is a very simple method that anyone can do in any condition of life, and that it will definitely bring us closer to Krishna. And the more we do it, the more we will feel his presence in our life. And the more we chant and also read, the more we will really experience Krishna's love and presence in our lives. So that's what we need to do. Okay, you are realizable by persons who have cleansed their hearts of all contamination. This cleansing of the heart is made possible by chanting and hearing the glories of your Lordship. The Lord is all-pervading. As it is stated by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, everything is sustained by me, but at the same time I am not in everything. Since the Lord is all-pervading, There is nothing existing without his knowledge. The all-pervasiveness nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead can never be within the limited knowledge of a living entity. Therefore, a person who has attained steadiness of the mind by fixing the mind on the lotus feet of the Lord is able to understand the Supreme Lord to some extent. It is the business of the mind to wander over varied subject matter for sense gratification. Therefore, only a person who always engages the senses in the service of the Lord can control the mind and be fixed at the lotus feet of the Lord. This concentration of the mind upon the lotus feet of the Lord is called samadhi. Until one reaches the stage of samadhi or trance, he cannot understand the nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There may be some philosophers or scientists who can study the cosmic nature from atom to atom. They may be so advanced that they can count the atomic composition of the cosmic atmosphere, or all the planets and stars in the sky, or even the shining molecular particles of the sun or of the stars and other luminaries in the sky. But it is not possible to count the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, we cannot count how great Krishna is, how many great personalities he is, how many great qualities he has. As described in the beginning of the Vedanta Sutra, the Supreme Person is the origin of all qualities. He is generally called Nirguna. Nirguna means whose qualities are beyond estimation. Guna means quality, and Nir means beyond estimation. But impersonalists interpret this word Nirguna as having no quality. Because they are unable to estimate the qualities of the Lord in transcendental realization, they conclude that the Supreme Lord has no qualities. But that is actually not the position. The real position is that He is the original source of all qualities. All qualities are emanating constantly from Him. How therefore can a limited person count the qualities of the Lord? One may estimate the qualities of the Lord at one moment, but the next moment the qualities have increased. So it is not possible to make an estimation of the transcendental qualities of the Lord. He is therefore called Nirguna. So in a way, Lord Brahma is admitting that we cannot even glorify the Lord enough, never enough, because as soon as we glorify Him, His glories increase, and then there is no limit to His glories. One should not uselessly labor in mental speculation to estimate the Lord's qualities. There is no need of adopting the speculative method of exercising the body to attain mystic yoga perfection. One should simply understand that the distress and happiness of this body are predestined. There is no need to try to avoid the distress of this bodily existence or to attempt to achieve happiness by different types of exercises. The best course is to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead with body, mind, and words, and always be engaged in His service. This transcendental labor is fruitful, but other attempts to understand the absolute truth are never successful. Therefore, an intelligent man does not try to understand the absolute truth by speculative or mystic power. Rather, he engages in devotional service and depends on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knows that whatever may happen to the body is due to his past fruitive activities. If one lives such a simple life in devotional service, then automatically he inherits the transcendental abode of the Lord. Actually, every living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord and a son of the Godhead. Each has the natural right to inherit and share the transcendental pleasures of the Lord, but due to the contact of matter, conditioned living entities have been practically disinherited. If one adopts the simple method of engaging himself in devotional service, automatically he becomes eligible to be free from material contamination and elevated to the transcendental position of associating with the Supreme Lord. Lord Brahma presented himself to Lord Krishna as the most presumptuous living creature because he wanted to examine the wonder of his personal power. He stole the boys and calves of the Lord in order to see how the Lord would recover them. Now Lord Brahma admitted that his attempt was most presumptuous, for he was attempting to test his energy before the person of original energy. Coming to his senses, Lord Brahma saw that although he was a very powerful living creature, in the estimation of all other living creatures within this material world, his power was nothing in comparison with the power and energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The scientists of the material world have invented wonders such as atomic weapons, and when tested in a city or some insignificant place on this planet, such powerful weapons create so-called havoc. But if the atomic weapons are tested on the sun, what is their significance? They are significant there. Similarly, Brahma's stealing of the calves and boys from Shri Krishna may be a wonderful display of mystic power, but when Shri Krishna exhibited his expansive power in so many calves and boys and maintained them without effort, Brahma could understand that his own power was insignificant. So this is very important for us also to remember. Sometimes we think we have such a great power, we can do this and that, and sometimes we may become even proud, which is not good for us, for our spiritual life. So we can always remember, what is my small, insignificant attempts to achieve something in this world in comparison to the potency of the Lord, who can do anything and everything. Within a second, he can annihilate everything or create whatever he wants. So when we have that perspective, it also helps us to distance ourselves to our everyday struggles. So these are just few lessons that we got from today's Krishna book, and I hope that it will be helpful for us. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and thank you so much for your attention. So we will start the arati in a few minutes, so we'll just get ready. Hare Krishna.